We'd like to welcome you back to our channel, Genesis
to Revelation, epic
Epic Explorations.
explorations.
The acronym is G
To
to
re.
RE.
Yep. That's
So
how you find us.
that's right. So we're back again, and we're going to bring you part two of our South African trip. And so this will conclude for the year end. But yet and still, we're still going to be discussing Africa in 2024.
Yes.
But we want to at least give you the rest of the story that we started with. And so we left off with some important things, and we wanted to just recap and stay on track with that. So today we're going to start off with the accommodations where we lived at in South Africa on our excursion for the 14 days.
Yes.
So we stayed at a beautiful villa. It was two villas, beautiful, outstanding, gorgeous, secluded. There were security guards in front of it, and you drove into this private drive, and the neighborhood was all green and beautiful. You can hear birds singing. And we got there, and it's called Athol House Villa.
Hotel and villa.
Yeah, so there's two different ones. There's actually one of the accommodations had, I think, 14, or it accommodated up to 18 people. And the second one, I think it accommodated 9 people. But both of these were ours, so we were able to go and look at rooms.
We actually have a clip of that.
Yes, you have a clip that he's going to show.
I have a clip of that.
Okay, so while he's looking for that clip, I'll say it had different places. So we all walked in with attendants, and we were greeted with beautiful tropical drinks right there in the little family area. Tropical drinks for the children and for the adults as well, non-alcoholic or alcoholic. And they were beautiful with all kinds of fancy little things on them. The kids were excited about it too. And I think we arrived around 4 something in the afternoon.
We did.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, it's summertime over there, by the way, in Africa, from November on. So they're in the summer months, going into summer at that time. And so we were greeted with these drinks, and we were able to go and choose the rooms that we wanted, everyone. And gardens were beautiful. And so from there we were going in to get settled in. It was amazing. And so before we got into everything, the food, the staff we felt like we were at home. We were going to be heading towards the highlighted kickoff event. So we all went to our rooms, and we all got showered and changed, got a chance to get comfortable, get unpacked.
That adrenaline was still flowing.
Yes.
Just being on the African continent.
Yes, just being on the motherland. So grateful, so very grateful and thankful to see that we actually made it to the motherland, and you could feel it spiritually. You could feel it. Something had just really changed in our
Genesis
dynamics.
number 2,
and so then we were able to, just kind of immerse in that for a moment. And in that time, we were excited too, because we had a special event, the kickoff event, for our first night being there, with a special dinner that we had the chefs to prepare.
Yes.
Everything was laid out in advance, and to the food, to the detail on how and where and when this event was going to take off. So as we all were in our rooms relaxed, this highlighted kickoff event was our son. He kicked off the night with, he was going to be having his proposal to his fiancée. So all of us knew, except for her. And so we were trying to keep it secret. I had the burden of carrying the ring. It was a burden all the way. When I say burden, a bad one, it wasn't a bad one. It was a good burden.
Good burden,
but, but just stressing to make sure everything was right. Her parents were present. All of us were there, the children, the grandchildren, the spouses. And so my husband's going to show you a little clip of that.
Wait for some sound to kick in.
Yeah. It was beautiful. You could see candlelights. There was rose petals as we headed out there. In the course of the time, she was just thinking that this is just such a beautiful setting, like because we were all, brand new to the continent, and looking at this beautiful scape, and the food was just gorgeous and magnificent. Everything from trout to lamb. And by the way, this was our pre-first night dinner, so everything was specially made and taken for us. We were sitting there eating and enjoying each other's company. There was a violinist, and he was awesome. What song was he playing at that time?
Stay With Me by Chris Brown. So
yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's still no sound to it.
For some reason, we are still some sound there, but I'm not hearing it on this side. He's actually proposing to his fiance. Hopefully, when I go to the channel, that this will be up and running.
The tears.
Y'all seen it? The proposal here in South Africa. My son and my daughter-in-law and their family, their mother and father.
Oh gosh, we can all breathe. So everyone knows.
Yeah, we knew. What do you think I fool with the camera?
Romantic family gathering
Mm-hmm.
and the proposal for our son to our daughter-in-law now to be. Okay. And so with that being the first night, then the second things that we're getting ready were we were getting lined up to start our tours. We had lots of tours to be included. There was tours to be had, I think, every other day, and then we had a day off in between. And so the first, I think one of the first tours that we went on, we actually went to eat the next day, and I think that was at a beautiful restaurant
Called Truffles.
called Truffles.
Mm-hmm.
It's an outdoor dining space, with another big, huge green space too. And every one of these restaurants were just meticulous in the way they were set up, the food, the waiters, everyone.
This is Gary again. We're at Truffles in Johannesburg, South Africa.
I'm still open to that too. But at least, like I said, right now, while we're here, that's cool. At least, we about 5 minutes away.
Right around. Walk there.
If I wanted to turn up there, I could.
And so that's
Yeah, you're gonna make sure both of the information on the. This is Gary again. We're at Truffles in Johannesburg, South Africa.
venues in Africa that has really given the ambiance that you needed in a continent full of emerald green.
But at least, like I said, right now, while we're here,
For the most part, Africa is a green continent.
we about 5 minutes away.
That's why you have
Walk there.
are immediately over there trying to take out minerals on the continent. So,
Yeah, you're gonna make sure both of the information on the.
we have a wonderful time.
This is Gary again. We're at Truffles in Johannesburg, South Africa.
There too. So we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had a private chef while we were on location. And when I tell you the food was not only good tasting, it looked beautiful. The presentation every morning, charcuterie boards with fruits and hard cheeses, everything that we could desire. And that was the first, I call it the first breakfast, basically. And then there was a second breakfast that you can order to your liking, what meal would you want. Omelets, everyone, and coffees. It was beautiful, very, very tasty. And the food was so fresh. I couldn't imagine tasting all of the fresh fruits that taste like they were in season. That was something that was amazing. We kept saying, we usually get cantaloupe or something else. We usually get cantaloupe. We deal with it. It comes from the supermarket and it feels like you're eating it, but you're eating it off of a memory of thinking that it should be sweet.
Right.
We weren't eating off memories. We were eating and tasting actually what they were and smelling. That was so unbelievable. The food was delicious. The staff was truly warm, amazing. They were like family to us, and all of the things that they did there, from the housekeeping to actually laundry service, the accommodations were amazing, and the people were just beautiful. They felt like they were family the whole time. And that's how we treated them as such as well. It was respectful, but a very there was major connections, you know. And then we even had massages. We had a masseuse, two
Yes.
masseuses come out, and they gave us. We had all of us had the adults had massages, and that was wonderful. So our time at Athol Place, the staff made it 200%. The place and the grounds was immaculate. The atmosphere was beautiful. The people were beautiful. They looked like my cousins from here, and I could see resemblance of people that I knew, and everyone saw that. So it was just, it was a wonderful gathering, you know. So it was almost like a torn area where we didn't even feel like leaving at times because they
We
were so,
didn't.
you know. And when I mean leaving, to even go on, you know, we were here to see South Africa,
Right.
but you're almost torn. Like, I like being here
Right.
with the people. It
Yes.
was like a toss up. It's like, do I want to stay? And easily you could stay behind because you enjoy them so immensely.
And you would integrate so very easily
Yes.
that it wouldn't be a strain
Right.
because everyone looked like us.
Yes. And you know what? The birds at
3:30 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning, every morning we were awake.
Tropical birds.
Oh my gosh, we are bird lovers and nature lovers. So to hear the sound of these exotic birds, one actually they say it sounds like a baby crying, but it was beautiful.
Yes.
But it was so alluring and intoxicating. And then to go out there in the gardens and see these birds, yellow birds building these weird looking star-shaped nests with little different entrance portals. So my husband was identifying birds and taking pictures, documenting, and so was everybody else.
And here's one bird that was really very loud.
Oh, yes, this bird right here. And that's a live picture. That's a real picture. This bird, we found out because every morning we would hear this bird. That's the one that's making that sound. But then it would go back into the bushes in the background, and you heard all this, you know, crashing around, and it was this huge bird. Every morning that bird was out there. But there are so many other birds. I mean, you know, for me, nature is everything, and it makes me feel alive. So this is another reason I was wanting to move there. I love nature, even though we live in the desert here. And
Right.
to be able to actually be in some place that we have nature naturally every single day, to me, you can't get life can't get any better. I have to be with nature. I love nature. My husband does too.
The peace that
The
you
peace.
feel, the comfort of not being around a lot of cement
Yes.
that's, you know, conducting heat when you can be grounded. Your chia or your chakra, that's what I meant to say. If that's what people usually describe as part of their, you know, their tabernacle, their physical body, that when you get in nature, your chakra or the spirit that Yahweh put in you, which is Himself, relaxes because you're in Eden, and that's where we were,
Yes.
and that's what we enjoy.
That's perfectly said. Yeah. And then we had some more tourists coming up. It was going to be a zip lining, but we didn't do the zip lining.
No, we didn't.
The zip lining because it rained.
Good morning. How you doing,
Right.
sir?
And then every
young
other day
man.
that we had something else that we
Grandson?
wanted to do, we missed our little time slot. So we didn't mind it, you know. The guys wanted to do it in
You
person.
speak for yourself. I wanted to go.
Okay, well, all the men said that, but you know what? They were doing stuff. You
Yeah.
know, one night they were too late in the bar.
Yeah.
The next night it was something else, but at the same time, we didn't mind because we had so many things to do. We made it forward.
Yeah.
And then the next event was the Herbal Farm,
Right.
and that was my kudos for me, the grand of
Yeah,
everything,
we were
going
up
to
at
visit
3.
the Herbal Farm. And it was amazing, beautiful,
Yep.
and everyone enjoyed that. We got a chance to go through the Spiral Vortex Gardens and ground ourselves with the energy, the way that they had shown us, the tour guide, and also to learn so much about different indigenous plants from there. So that was awesome.
Well,
too.
good morning, guys.
And that
This is
place
Gary,
is truly spiritual.
and this is our
was
Genesis
my lifetime.
to Revelations Epic Explorations in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Hi, this is Lolanda
Welcome.
from our Back to Eden Gardens,
Come along
our urban homestead.
for
But
an
guess
adventure
what, guys?
with us.
Today, I'm in sunny South Africa, and me and my husband here,
Because there was some of everything.
and
We're
looking
staying at a
this
hotel
garden
villa
in Birdland.
All right.
here in
that's
South
Gary, my
Africa.
husband.
Yeah. So this is
I
my
was
wife.
showing
She's
everybody the medicinal
in her
purposes, but
element.
that's on our other
And
channel.
this is something
Yeah,
Epic
our
Heritage
grooms.
Our
Grandchildren.
Genesis 2.
Revelations, epic
I'm trying not to talk as much because I want you to hear the birds.
Being on this side of the
There
southern
are
continent,
birds that start chirping at 3 o'clock in the morning in Johannesburg.
Are being grown in herbs
14
also
members of my
culinary.
family.
A lot of these are the
My
ones
son,
that
my
are
daughter,
things
their
that they're
husband, their
a little
wives, and our
different.
grandchildren.
So we're looking at the fish.
And
fish
we are
pyramid.
enjoying the luxury of this property and the peace. And I like it.
Let's see. So running two things at once here, trying to negotiate what was really pertinent at the moment. And we were talking about my wife being on her herbal here at the herbal venue that my daughter Asia arranged
We
for
have
her
French lavender,
to go to.
apple mint.
And now,
Now this one I don't see a lot in North America. This one I don't see a lot here, and I'm happy to finally see this one. This is false indigo. So I haven't ran into this one in my own land, but I'm happy to see it here. This is false
like
indigo,
master herbalist,
and this is definitely a medicinal
master
one.
bulk, but
They use this
he's
one for
constantly looking
digestive
at the
issues
plants
and for colds.
and constantly looking
And this one I've never heard of.
how the plant genus name and the species of the plant, how it would affect your body. So this is what you're seeing here. They had this opportunity to be able to go on the African continent where there's nothing but herbs around for the healing of your body. So this is what you're seeing.
This is a passion fruit daisy. And the scent, let's see here. Wow. It's like used as perfume and potpourri. And this is a great companion plant this talks about too. So this one has a lot of different uses. And this is some type of green. I'm trying to figure out what type of green this is. It
So
kind of looks like
mustards
and collard greens, but it doesn't have a name on it.
And we'll go back to...
And on the herbal triage, we'll do more of these long-term videos and talk more about these in depth. The herbal triage and the epicurean and the herbalist. Yeah, that was truly a dream to come true. And my husband got a lot of footage from this one.
Yeah,
You
I did.
did, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so back to the restaurants. We went to Truffles.
Truffles, yeah.
Yeah, and
Excuse
that was a beautiful restaurant.
Excuse me.
Bless you. We went to Truffles and
I covered my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there is another one, and the name I'm not going to pronounce right, but it was something like a JoJo's, but it's, of course, in their language. I'm not saying it correctly.
Right.
And the kids really loved that one. It was an indoor, we did too.
Oh, yeah.
It was an
had a
indoor,
great
outdoor
time.
TV screen that was huge on the stage platform. There were gardens that were out there, so the children got a chance to get
A
in there.
handball court, a racket court, all encased on this property.
Yeah, in a garden. And the thing about it is you could sit there and there is no way the children could ever possibly get away from you and be escaped because it was all closed in outdoors and there was security all around and they had attendants to even play with the children.
Yes.
If you wanted. But you can visually see because your table's like right out there. So the children are walking from there back to the table. You know how kids get fidgety because
Outside,
they have nothing.
indoor.
Yeah, or they
Yeah.
have nothing to do because
Right.
they're sitting there waiting on the food.
They have plenty
This
to do.
place
Yeah.
keeps you occupied and them occupied the whole time.
Yes.
Beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was another one we went to was this completely pink. The adequacy, there
Oh,
was,
yes.
it was all French.
Yeah.
Everything was French. Beautiful, and I don't have the name of that place right now. My husband
I do.
might have a picture of that one to show you.
I do as well.
Yeah, but it was beautiful, and everything that you can think of that was French was there. We kind of tasted all of the desserts. Shazams was the name. Shazamins or Shazami. I'm not going to say the name correctly. I won't spoil it, but it's beautiful too. And we tried, all of us tried everything we could. Even the buns were pink. Like if you ordered a slider, the buns were pink. I said it would be perfect for a bridal shower too. And the guys were saying, yeah, it's all for women, but they had gray interior too, gray chairs. But it was a beautiful combination. We had a wonderful time while we were there with that place as well. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And so next, moving on, we moved on to some very special things. We all had our personal agendas when we got there.
We did.
We had things that we wanted to put on our, I wouldn't call it a bucket list, I would say our life list. And it was carefully laid out by my daughter's company.
My agenda was to have aerial footage.
Okay, yes, we're going to get to your agenda. But this was, it was not just his, it wasn't just mine, as it was our daughters, our son-in-laws, our sons, our daughter-in-laws. We all had our things that we wanted to do. So we got a chance to scratch some of those itches there. Our daughter has a
Well, I
company
don't want to
called,
scratch that well
well, we'll try to
in
research
that
it.
area
Okay.
for the drone.
Okay. Oh, we'll get to the drone story.
Right.
Cora Consultings is her company, and she put together this whole trip. So we were going to go through another agency, and they are wonderful, and I have to give them their props. Once again, it's called the Blantons, the Real South Africa,
Right.
and they do travel in a real. That's how we got there.
Luxury tourism.
Luxury tourism, and they do everything from beginning to end. And if we were not traveling with our daughter and son, our family, we would travel with them, which we plan on probably doing. They do travel groups, the Real South Africa. So that was, we watched a lot of YouTubers, but with them, it was first class, and we really wanted to do everything they had on their tours.
Right.
So my daughter has a consulting company where they do partnerships, so she did something different because she also does the promo work for her husband.
Right.
And again, he's
Retired NFL player, 12
yes,
years.
12 years, also Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Yes.
Hall of Famer also.
Yes, and so this was part of his group and his nonprofit that he has.
Right.
That he decided to go. They had been to Cape Town 3 weeks earlier, and she did the same thing and laid out a different agenda with them to do that. And then she came back and piggybacked to do this one with the whole family with us.
Right.
And once again, it was nothing but 5-star all the way through. So we're thankful for that. And our son-in-law was ended up on the tours to do. He went to 2 schools.
Right.
And he spoke about his nonprofit and the things that they were doing there. He got a chance to play soccer, which is our football, with the local students and his sons. So our grandsons were included. They were ages of 14 and 17. So they were included in the soccer games, local soccer games, and to be able to speak out and do a press conference there.
Football fans? Do you all like football? A little bit? Well, I was a football player, but American football.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. You are so beautiful and so handsome. I'm so glad to be here today with you. Yes, believe it or not, I had a school like this in North America, in Las Vegas,
That's just a small clip.
and I had children just like you, so I'm a teacher
There's
also
about
for
Steve
35
Jackson,
years.
retired
I have
NFL
kids,
player.
I love children, and I always want to work with your what? Your mind and your imagination. So this is my book. It's called The Adventures of Lo on the Go. These are my grandkids, so they have the books. They have the characters to the book. That's Lo. And that's the other character. His name is Irvin. So we're going to meet them in this book, okay? There's 2 books I have. The one that's from Africa, the other one's to Africa. And today I'm going to read from North America. And they also, his nonprofit also donated books to both schools, which we're grateful for, to all the children there. So they donated books from his nonprofit to the 2 schools that he also spoke at. And he had more to do with press release and a lot of promotion things for the NFL also. But it was wonderful speaking with the children. I was able to share that story that was over 20 some years ago, and the prophecy of it coming true was wonderful. And again, these books now are available also on all of the major websites. You can find them on Amazon as well as Barnes and Noble. And then we have some other products coming out soon too, which are our stuffables. They'll be out in February. That's the characters from the books that's right behind us. The characters will be there, and all of the characters will be featured right now. We have the main characters, and all should be done probably by no later than the end of February. And they are on sale, will be on sale too.
Yeah, but the unfortunate part is
The
that
woman in the green next to the administrator.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
The kids with a disadvantaged background, and then this is a no-fee paying school. They are not paying any school fees, but the government caters for their food, for their nutrition, and for their learner support material. So they get those.
Very educational. And, you know, I admire these women and the staff. They put a lot into it, and all of the children were so well behaved and so I can just see the enthusiasm in their eyes, wanting to learn. They were very proper. They were very on point and excited. We take things for granted here in America, and I look at them and I looked at their enthusiasm, and I said, this
Hi,
thing
this
that
is
they're
Lawanda from our Back to
say that this school, the government grants
Yeah, but the unfortunate part is that we cater more.
the children's response as well as the teachers.
Right.
Yeah, so we enjoyed that.
Oh, there was a clip, I guess, in the garden, part of the garden, where they was giving a tour about the history. So if I can go past that a little bit.
So here
the shoes on the wrong foot. That's all I'm
This is a little bit of a history of the school, how it began, and what they went through. A young boy had lost his life. He was actually shot in the uprising. And so now that whole movement of that particular school is honoring this young boy, but also I think this Nelson
our
Mandela
school
also
was
for
initially called Bele, named after the first principal who started the school. But later, after the 1994 elections, it was renamed. This was renamed to Luisa Makubu. Luisa Makubu is the child that was holding hectameters in 1976 when he was shot. The first student, young student that was shot. So this is in remembrance of the young hero representing the 1976 uprising. So at your back, we have memorial stones. If you can turn and look that way. Yeah, there is the machine in it. The one who was leading the 1976 uprisings. That side.
But just a short clip.
Then we have Otto Seatlulo, and here we have Nkulu Bele.
When we went to South Africa. So this is something that was
As I said, we were all prior to going there. And the next thing, our son is a real estate agent as well as a broker. And we were looking at the properties. And so one that he was interested in, and we were all interested after we looked at the footage on it, was Stein City. We got a chance to have a complete tour. And this tour was a tour for the whole day, because that's how long it takes to go through Stein City. We even had lunch on the property there. When I tell you that it's a whole city. It's a city within itself. Everything that you can think of, from grocery stores to restaurants. Even they're building a senior whole neighborhood, and it took, like I said, we even stopped and had to have lunch because that's how long it takes. It was a beautiful day. And this is just a little bit of the footage.
Let's see if I can get I'm gonna cover that just for a second. Here we go. This is by
welcome back to the Real South Africa. We are talking about
the real estate
tour. We're going to check it out. This video is going to be amazing. You will enjoy. Hey everybody, this is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa, and you guys realize we have a real estate tour coming up. And you guys have been asking for it. I know back in 2022, people were asking me, are we going to do one in 2023? Yes, we are doing one. And so at this point, we're going to announce that we're going to be bringing you guys to Stein City, or Stein City. I can't never say it right, but it's written behind me, as you can see. But this is an amazing location. Everything here is brand new. They got 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom apartments, 3-bedroom apartments, and then of course you got standalone homes. You have condos. We basically have everything here. The lifestyle is here as well. They're going to have their own gas station. They're going to
Yeah, this is a long video as well as we just want to show you just a little bit of.
There's enough room for you to entertain and, of course, relax should you decide to do so.
And
Right
this
in the
is
middle
one of the
of
places that
the
my wife and
State
I are
City
living at.
complex.
Yeah, and I like it because everything is proper. Everything we do dealing with the real South Africa is proper. So obviously you just saw we are there. We are vetting the location. We had a lot of conversation to see what we could do for our people that are coming from the U.S. They're going to be part of it. They're extremely excited about the opportunity to work with you guys and to basically show you what's available and whatnot. We
So
just
these
did a
tours
little
they have
walkthrough right.
available, and we were there during the same time that they were doing this tour. However, again, we were with Cora Consulting, which is something that puts other groups together that my daughter does. And again, we wanted to have the best of all of it.
Right.
But we were going back, and when we go back, we already have money towards that
Right.
to go with the Blantons. Again, they're trustworthy. If you're traveling alone, if you're
Traveling in a group,
elderly, young, they facilitate everyone.
5-star
Five-star
treatment.
treatment. And again, to look at more properties in the future. But we had our mind made up pretty much. And again, with our son being a real estate agent here and also making those connections there, and our son-in-law with the with his endeavors
NFL,
with
right.
NFL,
Right.
We had so many things going on. We wanted to make sure that we were in a comfortable place for what fit our family at the time.
Right.
Because it was more than one agenda. We all had all things that we needed to do.
That's true.
Yes, and it worked out really well. My husband is also a YouTuber. He does all of our blogs and he does all the documentation. The only thing he was upset over is that he didn't get a chance
to scratch my itch.
The itch was using his drone.
The drone. It's like it just a little go too far.
Yeah.
But the itch I need to be scratched is my drone. That's one thing that I like to incorporate when I do documentary.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of images of just surrounding area on ground level. But when you introduce aerial shots in your content, I don't care if it's for a movie, it gives a whole new dynamic of the expanse of what you're there for, the beauty that's surrounding you, because you can only see almost two-dimensional when you look straight on. But when you do aerial shot, it just panoramically open up the vision to drag the viewers in. I won't say drag you like you're forced to, but it's to have the viewers travel along with you.
Yes.
Because now they see overhead of a lot of green trees and rivers. And so when you shoot that on a level of just being on the ground, it really increases how your content is coming out. And because I was expecting this, I had bought a DJI drone, I think Air 2 or S2. I trained on this drone. I got my FAA license. I got my certificate, passed it.
He was ready.
I was ready.
He was more than ready.
I would take it over to the park and do aerial shots. All you have to do is turn the drone on and it goes. It's ready. Well, I bought another drone because I was too worried about the airline taking my drone because it had a battery in it. So I bought one for $268. It had HD, had the bells and whistles, it said. But reading the reviews, it was like
you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you get what you pay for. And believe me, I paid for it because I can get the aerial shots.
Right.
I let that drone loose in Athol House Hotel and Villas, and it went straight to the trees. After that, it didn't work.
Yeah.
I was sick because I wanted the aerial shots.
You know what? And the only reason he didn't take it is because, once again, he's a stickler, and we talked about that in the part 1. The TSA process.
Right.
And this one was a lot more costly and expensive, and we did not want to just say, hey, they can keep it in customs. The $300 one you can part with. But this other one, and I understand that totally, he'll get his opportunity because we will be residents at times in South Africa soon.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, but as far as he still got a lot of footage. He still did so great, and you're going to be singing that because, again,
very kind.
No, I'm being truthful.
I shot a lot of footage.
I could never do what he does, and I'm happy that he does it. But he has a lot, and he's good with it, and he's meticulous. He'll make us do something 2 or 3 times if we don't get it right. But I don't care.
Like this broadcast.
So we won't go into that because I'm still learning. You know what? But I'm gonna be me. And again,
it was my fault. It was
some
on
of the
me.
YouTubers, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be me through this whole process.
Me too.
And again, if I would love the comments. I would love for you to like. We would love for you to like.
Yes.
We would love for you to subscribe. And
ring that notification bell so you get new content, alerts, and be able to look at content we already have on 3 of our channels.
Right. If our journey interests you, please do that. If it doesn't interest you, you know what? No trolls. We moderators we will have if we need them, but we're no nonsense people. You know what? As they say, we're on the other side. We're mature. You're right with as vintage wine, and I would say that, but we don't take no mess.
No, we don't,
and we don't give you any. But what we do want to show and share with you is love, our family, our content, the things that we're doing. We've always been advocates in our communities here in Las Vegas, as well as my husband being a transplant from Columbus. I have nothing but love, and he has nothing but love. And we want to share our adventures with you and our explorations.
So be kind.
Yes.
And be respectful.
And we will too.
You know, you don't want to come to somebody's house and then, as my grandmother used to say, show your behind.
Yeah.
We want you to be respectful. Enjoy the content. If you have comments, please leave them below.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Like my wife said, we have very busy lives.
Yeah.
And we just have a lot on our plate. Not that we can't handle it, but for being in our upper 60s, it's
he told his age. I didn't tell mine, but that's fine. But
I'm 70.
He's not 70 yet, but let's go.
A few months I'll be 70.
He likes to say that, but at the same time, I'm telling him that it ain't your business.
It's a badge of honor.
So anyway, since I said that, I'm going to say this. We love you guys. And
very much.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our videos.
Because we know that you didn't have to. You could look at another channel. So we really appreciate
So we appreciate
that
you
you're giving us your time.
Else. Yeah, and when we say we're busy, that means we're busy with just doing what we need to do, taking care of ourselves, our health, our children, our grandchildren, being the best that we can be, not just for them, but also for ourselves, and to show up to be what life should be, about love and family. Thank you again, and be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, no mission is impossible. We can do all things through Yahshua, who gives us strength. See you soon.
All right, guys. Much love.
Love much.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Next week, same time.
Same time. Give them a little bit of Africa sound.
I hear it all day and I love it.
Bye, guys.
Good vibes on a Saturday.